Before I get started, I would like to say two very important things. One, I continue to follow Dr. Hovind despite our disagreements on a few doctrines and want his ministry to flourish as much as possible. And just to prove it, here is my statement to faith. Two, instead of preaching the word, he chooses to attack fellow soldiers, and so I requested a debate on this where I could defend the Catholic Church, but he refused. Now, let us begin.
So Jack Chick did a great book. He did a lot of good work on the Catholicism and what they really believe.
Let me plug a few books that you can read to help you understand what the Catholic Church teaches. You can start with this book that talks about Mary and her role, and then you can look at this one from a former Baptist, Stephen Ray. His whole ministry is preaching to Catholics to strengthen their faith.
Why I'm Not a Catholic by Peter Ruckman. Now, Peter Ruckman was a friend of mine. He was rude, crude, crass, mean, and brilliant. Okay, maybe a little too rude for me, but he did call a spade a spade. But this book, Why I'm Not a Catholic, is excellent. He says 6 main reasons why he can't be one. No Bible reading, Bible believing Christian should be a Catholic. Here's the reasons. They believe in the papacy, the Pope. That's not found in the Bible.
Actually, it is, and I would love to go into that in a bit more detail if you would agree to a debate. Not everything that you say at DAL is official camp policy.
Mariality, worship Mary. That's not found in the Bible.
True. That is not found in the Bible. But not one Catholic worships Mary. Again, I would love to go into that if you would have a formal debate with me rather than how you just bash other Christians.
Roman Catholic priesthood. There's no such thing as a Catholic priesthood where the priest is elevated above. We're all, if you're a born-again child of God, you're all a child of God, and we're all called to go do his work. Nobody's special. I'm not special because I'm the pastor of the church. I get out there and work like the rest of them, don't I? Yeah. Okay.
Yet, it is your theology that determines everything at DAL. Does everyone at DAL need to believe and espouse everything that you believe to stay there? I had no trouble following your orders when I went there. But this hierarchy is in Scripture, but you just want to skip over it. Again, I would like to debate you on these topics, but that will not happen since you turned down my request. However, it is still open.
Contradictory nature of church dogma. They believe things in their church that are just simply not scriptural, okay?
Like the rapture that is found nowhere in Scripture whatsoever. Jesus tells his disciples that this will be where the vulture and the eagle are gathered. Where do the vulture and the eagle gather? Where there are dead things for these scavengers to eat. There's going to come a time of martyrdom unlike the world has ever seen before. In my humble, totally humble, unbiased, and correct opinion, the idea of the rapture was created by the devil to give Christians false hope in the last days so that they would fall away.
Their claim to being the only infallible interpreters. See, the Catholics claim the Pope is the only one, or the priests are the only one allowed to tell you what this means. The average Catholic can't just read it and say, hey, I know what that means. Oh, no, you got to go ask your priest. Is that what this means?
I would like Dr. Ruckman's source for that claim. If that were true, not one person would be converting to Catholicism. Stephen Ray became a Catholic after reading the Church Fathers. His book, Crossing the Tiber, is his conversion story after reading the Church Fathers. Again, Dr. Hovind just throws out facts and hopes that his viewers will not fact-check it.
And if he tells you, no, you're reading it wrong, like when you read the creation story, go to your priest. What does this mean? He made everything in 6 days? He'll say, oh, yeah, those days are long periods of time. Each one's millions or billions of years. Really?
Let us look at what the Catechism of the Catholic Church says. God created everything from nothing. Death did not exist before sin. God created everything in 6 days, and this is the foundation of our modern week. If I just gave you these quotes without context, you would probably agree with them. So since this is the official church teaching, that seems like a good place to start. Do we as humans fall short? Yes, every day. I know a Baptist preacher that believes in millions of years. Would you say that his congregation has to go to him to learn about Genesis? Of course not. The Baptist and the Catholic are both allowed to read their Bible. And if they did, they would know the truth of how he created all things. I would love to debate Dr. Hovind on this. He has declined me directly and via 2 proxies. The challenge is still open. I am sure that even though we disagree on arguably just a few things, we can still be civil. And to paraphrase you, Dr. Hovind, if you keep studying, one day you can be a Roman Catholic as well. And as you also love to say, converts make the best preachers.